Senators, over the last month, 6 weeks, the #1 call to my office is about the cost of power. People that have not lived close to the poverty line feel that they're getting closer and closer each and every day because the cost of power has increased, whether it's the gas for their vehicle, or it's the electricity for their air conditioner, or the gas to power their stove. And we see those costs increasing. Even the cost of propane has gone up. So I have a question of the author.
Senator DeLeon, would you like to take a question?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So my question, I think, is on a lot of people's minds. Of course, we all want to have clean air. Of course, we want clean standards. But how do we go back to our constituents and justify the cost increases? And I know that you've addressed this issue before, so I don't think it's unusual to hear it.
Well, thank you much, the senator from San Diego. I want to make sure we don't conflate the opposition arguments with regards to the cost rising with regards to utility bills and utility rates. Let me be very clear so it stands on the record. According to the United States Energy Information Agency, we actually are 44th in the entire nation with regards to the cost of utility bills. In fact, we spend a third of what the state of Texas spends on energy. We spend half of what Louisiana spends. So what I want to be very clear is not I want to get to the colloquy, I'm very respectful of the dynamics, is where is this information coming from? It's very specific with hard data points that your utility rates will rise because the goal of 100% renewable energy or technology, non-carbon energy sources is fourfold. One, obviously, to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, criteria pollutants, what our children breathe into the lungs. Thirdly, reduce your utility bills. And lastly, create jobs. So in California, we're actually 6th nationwide in terms of lowest utility bills in the United States of America. I want to be very specific about that right there. So that's the goal right there. Moreover, in the bill, and I can point it towards you right now or off, no pun intended, off the grid, today, I can point to the provisions and paragraphs of the exit off ramps in the event to the concern that I believe that you are articulating. If the price per kilowatt on a renewable exceeds the price of a kilowatt of coal or natural gas. In this case, the price per kilowatt for renewable energy, specifically wind and solar, is at 3 cents in comparison to natural gas and coal. So for constituents, whether they be in San Marcos, Escondido, or elsewhere, they want to pay for kilowatts that are less expensive, not more expensive, regardless of what the energy source is. I'm very cognizant that some folks may say, I don't care if it's coal generated, I don't care if it's natural gas generated, I just want to pay the lowest out of my pocket, which I get and I understand right there. But right now, our renewable energy is at the lowest point ever and less expensive than the other fuel sources that have generated our grid with those electrons.
Thank you very much. On my own time, members, I want to vote for this, but it's very difficult for me to get there because if the green energy is so much cheaper than the dirty energy, then the markets would have driven it and we wouldn't need this bill. And I can't ignore, we all have a right to represent our districts to the best of our ability. And I can't ignore the calls and pleas that I've received from my district because so many people are on fixed incomes and they're scared to death. They're scared to death of the rising cost of gasoline, propane. They're scared to death of electricity. All these costs are going up year over year, and they're just being priced right out of their homes, and so, or the rentals. And so for that reason, I won't be supporting it today, but I certainly agree with the goal of having as much clean air as possible. Thank you.